Hello and welcome back. It's puzzle time with Sudoku Sleuth, and today we're going to be playing Karaoke Bar. Now, the full title of this is actually At the Karaoke Bar, and when you see the actual puzzle, I mean, once again, from Willpower, it's just like phenomenal, again, with the drawings and the stickman figures. But, like, I'm not entirely certain if Will was actually almost deliberately drawing a detective there. I'll pop up the puzzle in a second, obviously, and we'll take a look at this. But that's kind of what I'm trying to do, is replicate this particular grid where you've got Sleuth holding the microphone, singing his heart out, and I'm guessing a bunch of, well, admirers, friends in the background, all enjoying the show. And as always, disco lights to add a bit to the atmosphere here in this particular karaoke bar. Anyhow, enough of all of that. Let's take a look at today's puzzle and rule set. And just before I do that, I did mention in yesterday's puzzle that I am deliberately featuring slightly easier puzzles on Sundays. So we will do this for a little while and just have it, I will run a poll at the end and just see what people's preferences are. But I'm certainly noticing that far fewer people attempt and actually watch videos on Sundays, just purely because I think by the time you're wrapping up for the weekday, it's a little bit harder to be solving, a puzzle that could take you 45 minutes to an hour. Anyhow, let's take a look at today's puzzle. So, At the Karaoke Bar by Willpower. And you guys tell me if my eyes are deceiving me. That looks very much like a person, kind of tilted to the side, eyes/glasses, and a hat. Almost certainly a hat. Ears. And I'm guessing these X's are almost like notes coming out as he's singing into the air. I say he, I think it's very clearly a here, with this kind of chisel, chin, sharp nose. Anyhow, let's assume that is not my big head seeing Sleuth everywhere, and let's just focus on the actual rule sets and puzzle. So, first rule, no more Sudoku rules apply, means place the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row, column, and 3x3 box. Familiar with this one. Then we have the Dutch whispers. So, numbers on the red lines are at least 4 apart from their neighbors on the lines, and numbers may repeat on the red lines. So, for example, if this cell here is a 2, these would have to be 6, 7, 8, or 9. Now, just watch out for this. It doesn't necessarily mean that I don't have a 5 in here and it oscillates between high, low, and high. If I have something like a 9, I can do something ludicrous, admittedly not in a 5 cage, but I could do a 5, 1, and reverse the polarity oscillation. So watch out for that when it comes to Dutch whisper lines. We have X pairs, so numbers with an X between them, sum to 10, and not all possible X's are given. So if this cell here is a 2, it would have to be an 8 to make sure that adds up to 10. These two are 10, 10, 10, 10, and 10. No negative constraints, so if that was a... How am I going to demonstrate? If that was a 3 and that was a 7, these two cells are now adding up to a 10, but no X between them doesn't mean that this is an issue. Then we have killer cages. I've ruined it here with this 5, but let's humor me. If that cell was a 2, this would have to be a 3, to make sure that these two cells add up to a 5. And I guess 2 again, that would be a 3 to add up to 5. All the cages are 5s, I'm noticing. And there's an unusual rule set I spotted which says all possible 5 cages are given. So I'm not sure that means that 2s, 3s, 1s, and 4s. I'm not entirely sure what that means, I'll be honest. Maybe as we sort of play, we'll discover either it's necessary for the solve, and then we'll have to think about it then, or it's not necessary and we'll have to figure it out. I don't know. Last but not least, we've got KROPKI pairs. Numbers with a white dot between them are consecutive. So if that here was a 6, for example, this would have to be 4 or 5. No, 5 or 7. Let's do that again. For it to be consecutive with this 6. These are all the white dots. And not all possible dots are shown. So a 2 here with a 1, clearly consecutive, not a problem even though there is no white dot between them. So that's all the rules we have for today. So if you're up for it, join Sleuth at the karaoke bar, sing along and have a merry time. And for you to be able to do so, there's a link down in the description below for you to play. And with that said, I'm going to restart the clock and see how I get on. So what I was going to say what I'm tempted to do, although I just spotted this triangle, we'll come to that in a second. What I'm half tempted to do is essentially wherever there is a 5 and a Dutch whisper line going through it, I'm just going to mark them as blue. And blue in this particular colors means it's 1, 2, 3, or 4. Now, there's nothing stopping me from having a double 1 with a 5 or a double 1 with a 5 in here. In fact, that is definitely a 1. So I did say I'll come back to this. Quick interlude. Blue means it's 1, 2, 3, 4. I will use red later. It will be 6, 7, 8, 9. And because 5 in 2 cells is always either 1, 4, or 2, 3, they're clearly low digits, and that's why I ended up coloring them. And it's helpful somewhat. We just need to rule out where the 5s could be on the Dutch whisper lines, and then we can potentially continue with our oscillations. But that aside, this is a 159 setup. The challenge whenever you come across a triangle of Dutch whisper lines is imagine that this is anything other than a 1. That's a 2. Now, what it's saying is that there are 2 cells that are, and they can only be from 6, 7, 8, or 9 to be 4 or more away. But somehow these 2 have to be 4 or more away. And even if I take the extremities 6 and 9, they're only 3 away. So this is forced. This has to be a 1. This has to be 5, 9. And we have our first digits within a minute and a half. If this is a 5, admittedly there's a whole bunch of, actually this is a 4. It's not a bunch of options because that can't be a 4. This would have to be 6. And if that's a 9, this would have to be 8. Lovely. Now, this setup here I'm very suspicious of with the white KROPKI dots. So I can see 1, 4, 5, 6 working very well. And that would work. Now, I'm not sure anything else would work. So if this is 2, this is 3, and I'm absolutely trying to maximize this digit, that is still 4, that is 5. That is not far enough away from this 2. It is only 1, 2, 3 cells away, and it needs to be 4 cells away. So 2, 3 just blanket doesn't work. And I'm guessing 4 because, yeah, that would be 1. And this would have to be at least 8. There's no way I'm going to have a dot between them that is consecutive between 1 and 8. So that is entirely forced. That is 4. That is 1. That is 5. That is 6. And continuing these white KROPKI dots, that is a 3. To be 4 or more away, this could be 1 or 2. And therefore, this is 3 or 4. This still could be a 5. So I'm not sure I can do much about it just yet. 1, 4 in here gives me 2, 3 inside this 5. This can no longer be a 1, 4 cell. It has to be 2, 3, and its partner would have to be 2, 3. 2, 3 in box 9 means that this is indeed 1, 4. That has to be now 2, 3 because it's not 1 or 4. This is 2, 3. This is 2, 3. This is 1, 4. Now again, I can have a double 1 with a 5 in here. So it's something that I've always looked at. This is high because this is at least a 2 and a 3. In fact, it's not even a 6. This is at least 7, 8, or 9. That is red. In fact, because this is also at least a 2, these 2 are reds. I'm always happy when I can eliminate 5 from an equation. 2 again means that this is at least 6. It could be as high as 9, and therefore this could be 5, and that could be 9, 8. So don't know what this is just yet. Yeah, I'm not sure where to go next, actually. Where do I go next? I mean, I think I'm onto the right. Sorry, an X on a Dutch whisper line means that there are no 5s. Otherwise, that would be 5, 5, and then another 5 to add up to 10. That's never going to happen. So that has to be high. This has to be low. This is, therefore, this is 2 or 3 because 1 and 4 are taken. This is 7 or 8. Because this is not a 1, this also cannot be a 5. And it's not a 9. So this is 6, 7, or 8. And because it's not a 9, this can't be 5. That's low again. In here, I have 1, 4. It's actually 4, 6. So 2, 3. So the trick with 10 or X's is you either have 1, 9, 2, 8, 3, 7, or 4, 6 to be able to add up to 10. There's always a low digit and a high digit. Now, of the low digits, I've got all the 2s and 3s gone. So I'm left with 1 or 4. Now, if it's a 1, 9 cell, well, I've broken it because I've got 5, 9 in here. So this has to be 4, 6. This is not a 6. That is a 1. That is a 4. Still preserves the 5 option in here, unfortunately. Because this is now at least a 7. This is still, yeah, it could be as low as 1, 2, 3, even, I mean, it's not 4. Well, this is 1, 2, or 3. And this is an X again. So it can't use 5. So that is red. That is blue. And it can't be 4, 6. On a Dutch whisper line, the 4, 6 pair are too close together. They're only 2 apart. You can only have 1 of 1, 9, 2, 8, or 3, 7 on a Dutch whisper line. So this is 1, 2, 3, and I have a 2, 3 pair looking at it. That's a 1. That is not a 1. That is a 9. I'm going to lose these before I accidentally use them. This can't be a 5 anymore. If that's a 5, this has to be 1 or 9, and neither are available. So that is red. That is low. Again, that's not 9. Therefore, that can't be 5. And that's not 1. That can't be 5. So that is red. And actually take a look at column 2 now. Where can 5 go? Never on the X's. We've already pencil marked all of these. We pencil marked or slash colored these. That's the only place for a 5. These are now from 6, 7, 8. Yeah, and this is 2, 3, 4. It's not 4. If that's 4, this would have to be 8, 9, and 9 is not available. So this is 2, 3, it's not a 1. This is 6, 7, 8, and it's not a 9. Fantastic. Where do we go from here? 4, 6, that means this is 7, 8, just to complete row 5. Not sure. 2, 3, so what are these cells? They are 1, 5, and 9, and that's not a 9, this is 1, 5. One of these two is a 9. 9 is in here, and then it would be joined with a 1 in one of these cells, which is not this one. In fact, can I eliminate some things? No. So 1 and 6 means this is not 1 or 4. This is 2, 3, or 7, 8. And the 2, 3 can't be in here. So this is the 2, 3. This is the 7, 8. And I did say one of these two is a 9. Can't tell them apart. One of them is a 1. I need to come at this from another angle, I think. This is at least 6, 7, 8. Or 9. It's not a 6. This is 7, 8, 9. In fact, 5, 6. 5, 6. It's not these cells. This is 5, 6. This is another 7, 8, 9. This is another 7, 8, 9. I need 3 of them in the column. So that's 7, 8, 9. These two are different. But yeah, that could still be a 7. I think I already worked through that earlier. So this is not the place you're looking for. 5, 6. So I did say this is either 1, 5, or 9 in these triplet, and it's not 1 and it's not 5, it's a 9. So that's a 1, 5. That's a 1, 5 pair nevertheless. Nonetheless, in fact. Doesn't help me with my 9, does it? Still one of these, and still one of these is 1. Yeah, not sure. This could still be a 2, meaning this could still be 6s on either side. This is not a 9, this is 6, 7, or 8. This could be 9, this could be 5. In fact, if it's not a 9 and a 5, yes, it is 9 and 5. 1, 2, 3, and 4 all see this cell. So this can't be low. This is 5, therefore this is 9. None of these are 9s now. This is a 7, 8 pair. That's 9. So I'll go right with you. Right, sorry about that. And it's a good thing that I actually did have a short break because I noticed that the camera was off. So back on again it goes. 7, 8. This has to be 2, 3 because that's the remaining things in here. I think that eliminates a 5 from there, doesn't it? Because a 5 would require a 1 or 9, and neither of them are on this cell. So that is red, and therefore this is 6, 7, or 8 because it's not a 9. Could this be 5, 6? This can't be 9, 8. If this is 9 and 8, no, it could be 9, 8, 6, 7. Yeah, ignore what I just said. This has to be low because it can't be 9, so it can't be 5. So that is low. That is low. And I think we've colored the entirety of the, no, except for this cell. That can still be a 5 and that can still be a 9. We'll figure that out at some point. This now is definitely a 2 because 1, 3, and 4 are gone. That 2 means that this is a 3, this is a 7. That 3 means that's a 4, that's a 1. That can still be a 5. We haven't colored this cell either. Huh. These cells now. So they are 5, 8, and 9, I'm going to say. Looks like it. And this is not 8 or 9, so that is 5. This is 8 or 9, that's the 9. That's the 8. That 5 gave me a 1 and a 5. Neither of these... Oh, this is not the 1, 9. Remember, one of these two cells was a 9, just Sudoku. If that's the 9, that would be a 1, which breaks. So that's 9, that's 1. So this is either 2, 8, or 4, 6. And I don't know how to determine which one it is. If it is a 2, 8, the 2, 3 in here tells me that would be the 2, that would be the 8. Otherwise, it's 4, 6, which could be anywhere. I pressed the wrong button. 6. Hang on. Let's try that again. 2, 8, 4, 6. Lovely. This is not 4 or 8. This is 2, 6. And because this is adding up to 10, this would have to add up to 10. So the 2 would be 8 in here, and the 6 would be 4 in here. 3 gave me a 2. Tricky. 9 gave me a 5. There you go. 5, 6, 9. Neither of these now are 6s. That's 7, 8. I say there you go as if it was going to just smash this Sudoku open, and it really didn't. 3s are not here. Sorry again. Right, hopefully last interruption, and then we can finish this. Where was I? I was saying, yep, Sudoku 3 can only be in here. Then I need 2 and 7, not resolved just yet. 2, 7 means that can only be a 6, which can only be a 4. This is not a 4, 6. This is a 2, 8, and it can only be in this direction. That 8 gave me an, oh, actually gave me a 6. That is a 6. That is not a 6. That 4 gave me another 6. That is a 4. This is a 7, 8 pair, just to complete the column. These two are also known. They are 4, 7, I'm going to say. If that's 4, this is 3 or 5, both are available. If this is 7, this is 6 or 8, both are available. We'll have to figure out another way of cracking this. 7, 8 pair, all of these are pairs, so this is another pair. 4, 6, I'm going to say, and that 4 gave me a 4 in here and a 6 in there, and a 5 in here and a 6 in here. And the 2 7s are still not resolved. That 5 means that's not a 5. That is low, and it's not 4 or 3. It's 1 or 2. And this is a high digit that could be 6, 7, 8, or even 9. So I'm not necessarily going to pencil mark all of these. I need another, oh, hang on, 8 gave me a 7 if I paid attention earlier. And then these two cells are just known. They are 5, 6, I'm going to say. And this one is definitely known. It is an 8. Still have a 6 as an option and 3, 5 as an option for this KROPKI dot. These cells, so I have essentially another 7, 8 and another 2, 3. How am I not resolving this 2, 3, 7, 8? Am I just not paying attention? So often the case. So very often the case. No, no. 7, 8 pair. This is not 4, 7. Why is this 4, 7? It is not 4, 7. It's not 4, 8. It is 3, 4. So let's try that again. If it's a 3, this is 2 or 4, which it isn't. So that is 4, which makes this 3, 5. That is a 3. That 4 gave me a 1 and a 4. That 1 gave me a 2, a 3, a 2. There we go. As always, Sudoku. Yeah, 3, 2, 3, 7, 8, 2. Has it helped me here? No, that is only 4. No, it has. Yep, 7. That helped me ages ago. Don't know how I missed that. 8, and could I know these? Yes, I do. 8, 7, and 7. These two cells are now known. They are 3, 8. That is a 3. That is an 8. Does it help me with my 5, 6s? Not yet. That 3 does, though. That's 5, which gives me a 6, a 5. This is a high digit, and it's not 7 or 8. It is 6 or 9. Still pencil marking. I need a 1, which can only be in here. I need another 6, 9, and a 7. And the 7 can only be in here. And the 6 can't be there. That's a 9. That's a 6. Right. We need a 3. Can only be there. We need a 7. Has to be here. 8 and 9. And if I've not made any mistakes, there we go. That's a beautiful puzzle once again, Willpower. Glad I've played it, and that we ended up enjoying it for this Sunday. Hope that you guys enjoyed the puzzle and the video, and I'll see you back for the next one. Bye-bye for now.